Married at First Sight, season 19, episode 6, part 2. Girl, come on in here. Come on in here. It is 1:21. It's my nap time. It's past my nap time. You know I have to take my afternoon naps, especially when I'm home. I have to take my naps, okay? I just got back in the house. I was like, let me just try to finish this episode 6 so I can take my nap and start watching episode 7. Gosh, I'm so behind. Anyways, be sure to check the video I did this morning about how I feel sorry for Brittany. I really do feel sorry for her. And sadly, a lot of women are like Brittany, where you lead with what you have and you think the man is going to love you for the house, the car, you know, how you can twirl on that D, okay? For your money and stuff like that. And basically, the only men that need you for those things are the men who don't have those things. So the men who are providers, who prepare themselves to be husbands, who are shepherds, they don't care if you have a house, if you have money, or whatever. Now, do you need to have something of your own? Yes, ladies. I don't understand. I don't understand how y'all 40 and have nothing, 40 in debt. My husband would have never married me if I was in debt. He would have never married me if I was just waiting for some man to come and marry me, especially being 34 years old. I had just turned 34 when I met my husband, okay? So ladies, go to school or whatever. Maybe you're supposed to be a hairdresser or go to college. Travel the world, live your life and enjoy your life so that when you get married, you can focus on your marriage and on your children. Okay, I remember when I was single and in the church, and I did everything I possibly could do in the church because I said to myself, when I got married, don't call me. I'm not teaching Sunday school. I'm not teaching Bible studies. I'm only going to come to church, pay my tithes and offering, and go home. And that's what I've done for the last 13 years. I haven't done anything in the church as in teaching, cleaning, doing absolutely nothing because I've done that for 20 years. I invested all my time and energy in the church, which is probably why I got married as an old woman, okay? I was 35 when I got married. So let's finish watching episode 6. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Just be sure to check that other video out and let me know what you think, okay? Okay, so episode 6, part 2. By the way, did y'all hear about the mayor Coldwater in Coldwater? What city was that? What state was that? Who was arrested after he won re-election because he's not a citizen of the United States. He's not a citizen of the United States, yet he was a mayor and won re-election. Then they arrested him. Isn't that crazy? This is why we need voter registration, IDs. But anyways, I'm trying to stop talking about politics on this channel. But I remember this time. I was like, oh my God, I have to mention this to you. Anyway. Okay, Meredith for a second. Kansas Coldwater. Okay, that's the in this mayor of Kansas Coldwater. Won re-election, then they arrested him because he's not a citizen of the United States. It was murder for a second. Okay, so we left off with Brittany having a breakdown because Red Lips was not impressed about her house and what all the stuff that she got. He was like, oh my God, you got so much stuff. This is enough to last you. Like, she had enough clothes for one day, but it was like 7 outfits. And she started crying and boo-boo-hawing, and just watch the video I did this morning, okay? That's where we left off, okay? So then we go over to Rhonda and Pat, and they're visiting her home. Her home is absolutely gorgeous. Is it like a condo or something? Because you know how it has the back part with the balcony looking over. Her closet is packed to the rim. That's like a walk-in closet, right? It's just packed like nothing else can hold in there. So they go out on the balcony talking, and I do not like that what Pat did. He brought up, like, if I should move into your space, and she's like, I am not ready to have that conversation. She has real issues cohabitating. Rhonda, did you not think this through, that you're gonna have to live with your husband unless y'all want to live separately, like Dr. Pepper and her new husband live separately? Did you not think this through, that you might have to move into his place, or he has to move into your place? Granted, ladies, I am against a man moving into your space, your house. Husbands are to provide, okay? But I'm kind of concerned, Rhonda, because I'm like, did you not think this through? What she just keeps bringing up problems cohabitate living together. So why are you getting married? Why are you getting married? Granted, I believe couples should have their own space. Like in my new house, I absolutely, positively, 100% need to have my own bathroom, which is one of the reasons why we haven't moved. I have to tell y'all what. Did I tell you what happened to the house? I have to have my own bathroom. I cannot share a bathroom with my husband for the rest of my life. Okay? I can't. Okay? But I think one of my problem is we don't have a powder room on the first floor. So me and the two Michaels use one bathroom. And so sometimes I run up the stairs and my husband is in the bathroom. And I'm like, hello, could you please hurry up? I need to go to the bathroom. Because, you know, when I run up the stairs, it's like it's about to come out. Then I don't want to run up to Alexia's bathroom because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to see. You know, I'm kind of OCD. But anyways, I have concern. Rhonda has concern cohabitating. I have concerns about why you want to get married, and you have concerns about cohabitating as if you don't want to live with your husband. I'm kind of confused, Rhonda. I don't understand. Okay? So Derric is going for a morning walk, and he's saying that he didn't sleep well last night because Zoe, Megan's dog, was barking all night and on his side of the bed. Then they got into a disagreement about who's walking Zoe. Whose dog is it? We just got married 3 days ago. We just came home last night. You moved the dog in that was sleeping in the bed. And then we're fighting about who's going to walk your dog? I don't understand. I don't understand, Meghann. You're delusional. It's your dog. You should get up and walk your dog. It's your dog. You just met this man. You just came home. But you want him to walk your dog? I'm confused about the delusionality of Meghann and Brittany and Rhonda. I'm totally confused about why you're having a fight with Derric about who's supposed to walk your dog. Why would you ask somebody to walk your dog alone that he just met? I don't understand why Meghann wants to get married. I don't understand, girl. Then she's gonna say, y'all won't ask you to walk him no more. You just met the man. Why are you expecting to walk your dog? And I totally agree with Derric that he's been compromising. Then she's gonna jump and talk about, and then while he's talking, trying to get out what he's saying, she's trying to cut him off. And he's like, I feel like I've been compromising, and he has compromised a lot with her dirty, stinky attitude in Panama because he talked about her communication. Then the dog sleeping in the bed. Then you want him to walk the dog. And she's talking about I'll compromise a lot. And he's like, with what? What exactly have you compromised with, Meghann? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they keep, married at first, I keep doing this, matching people with dogs, with people who don't like dogs, don't have dogs, have dog allergy. Remember the girl that had a dog allergy? they had matched her with the dog lover and she got an allergy, I would have walked to the courthouse and got me a divorce. Of course, I wouldn't have married no damn dog, but I'm just saying, okay? What have you compromised on, Meghann? Absolutely nothing. You might have compromised on getting your Botox and your fillers while you were in Panama. Other than that, there has been absolutely nothing that you have compromised on. Derric has been doing all the compromising. She's so delusional. Like, why do you want to get married? You know what? Just go have an icicle baby. Just please, Meghann. You don't need no husband. You know what? Don't even have a baby. Because you're probably going to want the baby to walk the dog. You're probably going to want the poor baby to walk the dog. The baby's 2 years old. You want the dog. You want the toddler to go walk your dog. I can't. So she says she compromised. Derric says, tell me, what are you compromising on? Like, she's like, the cleaning stuff. And he's like, using different types of cleaning products. That's compromising. Meghann do not need a husband. You just should stay single. So now she has a problem and walk away. As usual, typical Meghann. Typical Meghann, whenever she's confronted with anything, when she's called out on her BS, she walks away. She's compromising on him not closing the toilet. You're using it against me. It's your dog. Walk your dog. Train your dog not to sleep in the bed with you with the new husband you just got who don't want to sleep with the dog. Anyways, I'm not gonna get my nap. Somebody just called and need a ride, so I gotta go give people rides and like that. But you know what? I'm gonna start telling people I can't come. Okay, I can't come. This is upsetting me. Okay, because I need to take my nap, but somebody just called me that they need me to pick them up from the doctor's office. So I said, yeah, okay, girl, I come pick you up. That means I'm going to bed early tonight. Okay. Why does Meghann keep on bringing up this word ambush? Why is that your go-to word, Meghann? Why is it everything he says or does, it's, oh, I would prefer to do this other than feeling ambushed? Is it because the cameras are on? Do you not want him to talk to you when the cameras are on? Why is it that everything he does or says is an ambush? I don't understand. And Derric is totally right. He's doing all the compromising. Okay. And she's doing none. He goes to knock on the door because, of course, she locks herself in the bathroom. She would have stayed there for me. I would have never talked to you. It could be 6 years. I'm not talking to you. Just stay in the bathroom. Just get out when I need to use it. Derric is totally right. He's like, she didn't even ask him, can the dog sleep in the bed versus that's where the dog is sleeping and that's it. Meghann does not know how to be in a relationship. Because in a relationship, there are compromises. What do I say about compromises? There are things that's not coming from you, okay? And it's not settling. But we all have to adjust in our marriages. Like I have to adjust to sharing a bathroom with my husband, okay? But she just don't want to do any compromise. Not talking to him about what he expects, what are your idea? What do you think? Is it the dog is gonna sleep in the bed? You gonna walk the dog? I don't understand. You should have stayed single, okay? So you're a pit bull, Meghann. She said the pit bull in me was coming out. That's why I had to take a step back and woosah. Somebody said that to me, woosah, Jan. I said, I don't know who that is, boo-boo. Who's that? Who's woosah? Okay, did woosah die on the cross for me? No, so I don't woosah nothing. I said Jesus, okay? But anyways, so you're a pit bull. You have a pit bull living inside of you, Meghann. It's a demon. That's a demon. That's a spirit. Okay. You have a pit bull spirit living on the inside of you that you're ready to gnaw your husband to DEATH because he's speaking up for himself, because you want him to walk the dog. You want the dog to sleep in the bed with you. No compromise. And like he said, those are red flags when you're not able to have a conversation with the person you're married to. Absolutely. I totally agree with Derric 100%. 100%. Okay? Meghann is what you call unrealistic expectations. Derric says to him, how about you ask me, how do you feel about walking the dog? And then she says, but how about in the moment you just say it? He said it and you got mad, Meghann. He said he didn't want to walk the dog. He told you no, he didn't want to walk the dog. Then you'd beg him and nag him, and then he finally agreed to walk the dog. So he told you he didn't want the dog, and now you're saying, well, how about you tell me you don't want to walk the dog? But he did tell you he don't want the dog. He got mad. I'm confused. Girl. Meghann is unrealistic expectations. I think Meghann needs to get a butler. She don't need a husband. Meghann needs a butler, not a husband. Because a husband is not somebody you order around. You right? You care about him and how he feels, and is this going to upset you? And this, like my husband does not like for me to put, how you order lunch at work in those bowls. I come home, I just put in the fridge. He does not like that. Okay. What's why sneaking in the bottom? Okay, because he's not gonna look at it. But usually I come home and I pour it in a glass bowl. My husband's a little bougie, okay? And I put it in the fridge. But my husband does not like it. So I try my best not to. Sometimes I come home, I just stick it in there. So you have to think about what your husband wants, Meghann. It's not just about you. It's how does this make you feel? If it makes him feel uncomfortable, he doesn't want to walk your dog, you don't let him walk your dog alone. He doesn't want the dog in the bed, you don't let the dog sleep in your bed. So we go over to Josh and Jalen. And I noticed they're not getting a lot of camera time. I guess they're not getting a lot of camera time because they're doing okay. Then we go over to Belinda and Chad. And they're at the bow and arrow range. I really like that. I like them doing things together. I love that Chad said, she enjoyed doing things that I like to do, then I'll enjoy doing things that she likes to do. So basically it's a compromise. And I really like that. I think couples must try to enjoy each other's activities and hobbies and things that you do. Though you should have hobbies that you genuinely enjoy. If you are dating somebody, he's not doing anything you like, and you don't like anything that he's doing, dump him, girl. You know how I feel. Run for your life. I was hungry. I eat, girl. It's lunchtime. I ain't got no nap. My physical's coming up. I gotta make sure I eat my veggies, okay? So Pastor Kyle comes over to Derric and Meghann's house. And I do not like what Derric did. Pastor Kyle asks, how do you feel with the dog sleeping in the bed? He said, I'm okay. No, you're not. Y'all should have talked. You should have told Pastor Kyle what you said before. That you felt like this is where the dog is going to sleep, and that's it. Versus, oh, I'm okay with, no, you're not. No, you're not. I also do not agree with Pastor Kyle that Meghann says she's fight or flight. And Dr. Pastor Kyle says Meghann says she'll walk away and come back, which I do agree. If you are so angry that you're going to be crazy and do some crazy, walk away. Go, like my marriage counselor say, go sit on the porch, go walk around the block, sit in the car. If you feel it's so hectic that You're going to say something that's rude and disrespectful, hurtful, so on and so forth. Y'all know my mouth. Woo! Y'all know my mouth, honey. Okay. Pastor Cal says, if one person want to talk and the other person don't want to talk, then that's not right. I don't totally agree with that, because you might want to talk, but I'm so angry and upset that I just feel like right now is not the right time to talk, and I need to go sit on the porch or walk around the block. So I think both people should be ready to talk. And I think it's okay to say, like, I'll say to my husband, Mike, I don't want to talk about it right now. Okay. And then he knows, zip it, leave me alone. And he'll do the same. I don't want to talk about it right now. And I'll just shut my mouth and be like, okay. And when he's ready to talk, he'll come to me. And when I'm ready to talk, I'll go to him. But I think both people should be ready to talk. If one person want to talk and the other person don't want to talk, I don't think there should be any conversation. And I don't agree with, Pastor Cal with that. Okay. So Pastor Cal said, how was the honeymoon? And Derric says, oh, it was great. And Pastor Cal said, I know there was a few bumps in the road. And he said, only one. And he's like, only one? So that means there are other stuff that happened that we didn't see. So Derric says that he wants to be able to communicate with her. And, without her shutting down, so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. He appreciates her work ethic. I always have a problem with that when men talk about me working. Okay. I work ethic. Okay. I work hard because I've been by myself. So I had to work hard to provide for me and my child. And I really, I work. But anyways. And he loves her sense of humor. Nothing about, she's just not, like real feminine and soft and kind and stuff like that. So then she brings up Zoe. Oh, you've been in love with Zoe. And he says, well, next time just say that. And she says to Pastor Cal, did you hear the harsh tone? And I'm like, what harsh tone? And Pastor Cal is looking at him, looked at her, looked at him and said, uh-huh. Like the decimals didn't change, but there was a shift in him with Zoe. And this is why I think Derric should have talked to Pastor Cal about his feelings about Zoe, because Zoe is a trigger. And then she knows that. And then she asks, is that a trigger? Did I hit a trigger? Divorce her now. I'm telling you, divorce her now, Derric. You got to get rid of her. Today, I told this already, Pastor Cal. He's like, you guys stop touching. Your posture has changed. This is a conflict, but you don't want her to make her feel like she can't talk. She's been talking enough. She has not been listening. She is determined that Derric is going to walk the dog and the dog is going to sleep in the bed. No compromise. No compromise on Meghann's side for Derric, but Dusty Fake Pastor Cal is telling him, oh, you don't want her to not want to talk. She's been talking. She don't need to talk anymore. She needs to shut up and listen to what Derric is saying and compromise on the dog can't sleep in the bed and I'm not walking the dog. Or like he said, I'll walk the dog with you, but me walking the dog by myself, you putting that responsibility on me is an absolute no-no. Derric, you should have spoken up. This is all your fault. When Pastor Cal asked you how things was going, you should have talked to him about the dog. Why is Pastor Cal asking Derric if he could have said something differently? He is not seeing, this is Derric's fault, Derric. Pastor Cal is not seeing the real issue, because I do give him like an ounce of a doubt once in a blue moon, because you did not tell him about the dog. You didn't tell him about your concern with the dog. You told him you was okay walking the dog, but you're not really walking the dog. So he really doesn't know your concerns. And now he's making it sound like the problem is with you. And now you need to compromise with Meghann and her dog and what you should have said, could have, would have said. Do you see my point? This is why my marriage counselor says You need to have a safe place to say what you need to say. Okay? Have a safe place. But because Derric didn't tell Pascal the truth, Pascal is now putting the burden on him to compromise and accept the dog. Oh, this is a conflict. It's a conflict because Meghann wants the dog in the bed and want Derric to walk the dog. That's the only compromise Meghann is seeing. The dog is going to sleep in the bed and you're going to walk the dog. And that's an issue for Derric. So Pascal come back and say, well, what would you say differently? Derric said, I'm sorry I triggered you. Meghann is the one that said Derric was triggered. So he apologized for, I'm sorry I triggered you. And Pascal asked this dum-dum, how do you feel about what he said? And she said, like a 5. What Meghann wants to hear is, okay, Meghann, the dog can sleep in the bed. Meghann, of course her name is Meghann. You know, like the other Jezebel. Why do we expect anything better from somebody whose name is Meghann, with the exception of Meghann Good, you know? What Meghann wants to hear is, okay, the dog is going to sleep in the bed and Derric is going to walk. That is the only thing Meghann wants to hear. Unless she hears that, there is no compromise on her end. Divorce her right now. I need a t-shirt. Divorce her now. Okay? Now. Divorce her. So we're back over these two dum-dums. And Pascal goes to visit. And of course, she brings up the house. Oh, it's a big deal. My house is a big deal. I've never had a man over. Lie. And it just was like, probably bring a lot of crap. And he's like, well, how do you want me to act? And he's like, it's Pascal. It's bigger than the house. He wants to know if you're a pretty person. What? I can't. I think I'm ready to stop watching season 19 because I'm exhausted already. So Pascal brought up something that I really do appreciate. You know, once in a while he says something that makes sense. And he said, Will is not a mind reader. It's okay for you to ask, do you like it? And then she says, well, I thought about that. I wanted to do it, but I don't want him to think that there's always something wrong, because there's always something wrong with you. There is something always wrong with you, Brittany. You have a problem with everything. There's always something wrong with you. Because you don't need a husband. You need a psychiatrist and a psychologist and a life coach. You don't need a husband, okay? No husband for you. Pascal is delusional. Oh, if there's something is wrong, you can tell her. She can handle it. She's a big girl. And Will says, And Pascal, is there something wrong? And he says, well, there was an incident the last time. Exactly, Pascal. Exactly. You chose somebody who needs some psychiatric help and marry them with somebody. Talk about she's a big girl, she can handle it. No, she cannot. She could not even handle him not saying anything about the house. Granted, I think you should have said something about her home was beautiful. You could have simply said, oh, it's beautiful. So Pascal, do not lie and say she can handle it, because she cannot. We all know Brittany cannot handle it. Brittany just wants to be praised and worshiped, and that's all Brittany wants. Praise, worship, that's it. Granted, there's nothing wrong with that. Pascal's getting on my nerves. Will says, well, when we was having intimacy, I wanted to stop. She had a problem with it. And Pastor Cal asked, what would you want to hear? And she was like, that it was okay. You don't regret it. Of course he regrets it, dumb, because you could have gotten a foolish woman, you. Of course he regrets it. He regrets having unprotected relations with you because you could have gotten pregnant. But apparently that is what you want. You want to get pregnant, because if you get pregnant, have a baby, maybe, just maybe, he will hang around just a bit longer, because you know, girl, you will do anything to have a man hang around. I really do not like Pastor Cal's meeting with Meghann and Brittany. It's like he's making excuses for them. And I don't like that. And I feel like both Derric and Red Lips, panty shirt, had to take a beating for these girls. And I don't really like that. I believe in being fair. Okay. And I think that Pastor Cal put the whole responsibility on the husbands, and then the girls just walk away scot-free. And I don't like it. And I'm going to stop right there, girl, because I got to go pick this person up. Oh, I have to drive 5 cities. Oh, my God. Newark. I got to go Newark. East Orange. I'm trying to think how I'm going to get there. I think this is the best way. East Orange, Newark, East Orange, West Orange, South Orange, Millburn. Through 5 cities I have to drive to go pick somebody. But anyways, I love you. Let me know what you think. I guess I'll be going to bed early tonight, because I ain't gonna get no nap today. Let me know what you think about what I said about the review so far. Okay, I'm just disgusted and annoyed. I love you. I adore you. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, share this out. Let me know what you think. Bye.